Hello and welcome back to Olympics Daily. We're here at the Olympic Park and I'm joined today by Vanessa Kortekass, who's one of our reporting team here. Vanessa, hello. I hear you spent most of the weekend by the pool.
I did. I saw one of the big stories of this Olympics start to play out, which is the rivalry between Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte, two US swimmers, two of the best swimmers in the world. And this will be something to watch throughout the Games. But in the first event, I saw Michael Phelps, who would normally be expected to win a medal, didn't medal at all, so very disappointing for him. And the other big story from the pool this weekend, of course, was Rebecca Adlington, so one of the Team GB darlings who won the first medal in the pool for Team GB on Sunday night.
Excellent. Now, was the first weekend this weekend. Were a couple of glitches, I understand, with data transmission?
Yes, that's right. The IOC came out yesterday saying that they had some issues. There were some issues on Saturday during the road cycling event, actually transmitting data and for race officials and commentators to know who was where at which times in the race. So this was a problem which they admitted they should have foreseen happening because you have this huge strain on the network, people tweeting during the event, hundreds of thousands of people in London using the network, and this is what we're seeing playing out in the first social media Olympics.
Of course. Now, one of the other logistical risks, of course, is transport. That's a big issue for London's infrastructure. Do we think it's going to hold out?
Well, so far so good. As you say, this has always been one of the biggest risks for a London Olympics, and over the weekend things were fairly smoothly. But today is really the first big test for transport at this Olympics. It's the first working day when events are going on, so we'll have to wait and see how it plays out today.
Okay. Now, what's your tip of the day today?
Well, there's a few big events to watch today. Again, we have Phelps and Lochte going head-to-head in the pool today, so that will be one to watch. Also in the pool, we have Tom Daley again for Team GB, but a medal hopeful who's taking on the Chinese diving machine that tends to dominate in this event. And outside of the pool, we have this amazing story about this blind Korean archer, Im Dong-hyun, who is competing at Lord's Cricket today in the archery, so that's another one to watch.
Archery is definitely one I was watching over the weekend. An incredible team there. Now, today's photo finish is this story that broke over the weekend, of course, the empty seats and ticketing story. Talk us through that.
That's right. I mean, this is something that's really shocked a lot of people. We heard months ago that the Olympic events were sold out for mostly every event, and actually we saw huge blocks of empty seats throughout various things like gymnastics and tennis on the weekend. So Olympic organizers have said that this is actually not a problem of sponsors not showing up, which a lot of people thought it was in the beginning, but these are seats that are accredited areas, so they belong to members of the Olympic family. That includes sports federations, members of the IOC, also media, and some athletes. And they said that this is not uncommon for the first few days in the Olympics.
What was the reasoning why? Why are they empty?
Well, they said it's not uncommon for the first few days for these people who are accredited to actually work out their schedules and to know where they need to be when. So what they've done, though, to rectify the problem is they've partly given some of the seats back to military who are providing security at the Olympic Park, as well as student volunteers who are accredited. And with the remaining seats, some of them they put on sale back to the general public, so it's worth checking online if you haven't got tickets, and they may come up. And then they're also selling some of the tickets at Olympic venues, so basketball and handball are good examples of events where there's various games throughout the day and people might go to half of the day's events but not the rest of them. So it's worth keeping an eye out for whether you can get tickets on a sort of day-to-day basis.
Okay, so still a chance for those who don't have tickets. Vanessa, thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be talking to Ben Fenton, who's been looking at the international coverage of the Games.